So, guys, we have 3 fixtures to bring you information on, and round 7 is now fully complete. Just to remind everybody, the only games that are outstanding, as we are now officially at the halfway point of the season, are 2 games Gavin is needing to catch up on, which is the Buckleberry Hot Pots versus the Steves versus Liam, and also the Buckleberry Hot Pots versus the Festering Freak. So, without further ado, we're going to get into these matches. And these matches are as with last night's fixture, which was the Festering Freak Show versus the Better Late Than Nevers. Interesting. I predicted a 1-1 draw, but it ended in a 2-0 victory to the Festering Freak Show, and even a completion on the Nurgle team, which was interesting enough. And one thing that I did predict come true from this game, as I predicted it on the night of play, because of the incredibly high armor of the Orcs and the Nurgle team, there was little to no casualties. The only actual injury that was sustained was actually from a crowd surf. There was 0 casualties on either side. But 2-0 to the Festering Creek Show. The next match, the highest scoring match of this round, which is the Silverleaf Sentinels versus the Steves, ending in a 3-1 victory. Unlucky for the Silverleaf Sentinels, but obviously tactical play and a mixture of casualties did catch up with the Silverleaf Sentinels, leaving them unable to capitalise on their fast and agile nature. Surprising that the Beastmen team managed to pick themselves up 3 whole-ass touchdowns, which is big. That's big. And the last fixture. My prediction came very much true this game. I predicted a very high casualty game. So, not only Horn team surprisingly come out 3-0 victors after an absolute mugging of the Snotling team, it was also 8-1 on casualties to the Corn team. 9 casualties were dealt this game. I predicted 7+, maybe 10. We were 1 off. And it was just down to the fact that I was using block to absolutely shred his Snotling lines. Completely ignoring the big guys for the most part, and with a couple of quick touchdowns as well, his bribes got burnt away and he lost his pump wagons relatively quickly along with his bombers and pieces that he needed. There was a giant on the field, the 2x2 inducement giant, because the inducements, I believe, was 770,000. Because the Corn team sits in at, I believe, the league's highest of 1.53 million. It's disgusting, but I ain't gonna come. So yes, very interesting game, picking up maximum points, clean sheet, 3 touchdowns, over 3 casualties, and unfortunately the Sketch Scramblers only have a casualty to their name to reply with, which now leaves the league table as such. Do be warned, Gavin is behind on 2 games, and both 2nd and 3rd place in Lewis and Liam are behind 1. So positions might change, but as it stands with games that are completed, it's as follows. In 1st place is my team, Crimson Killers, with 5 wins, 1 draw. And touchdown difference of 10, 23 casualties, sitting on 50 points. 2nd, the Steves, Liam's team, with 3 wins, 2 draws, touchdown difference of 6, and 11 casualties on 34 points. In 3rd is the Festering Freak Show, Lewis's team, with 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, with a touchdown difference of 3, 10 casualties, and 29 points. In 4th, and pleasantly surprised, is the Sketchy Scramblers of Sam, with 1 win, 1 draw, 4 losses, touchdown difference of -8 and 15 casualties. Points. In 5th is the Silverleaf Sentinels, Stuart, with 1 win, 1 draw, 4 losses, touchdown difference of -2 and 8 casualties on 18 leagues. In 6th, again with 2 games to play, the Buckleberry Hot Pots of Gavin, with 1 win, 2 losses, a touchdown difference of -1 and 10 casualties on 15 league points. But breathing down the necks of these players is the Better Late Than Nevers of Tom, with 1 win, 1 draw, 4 losses, already massive improvements over previous seasons, with a touchdown difference of -8 and only 3 casualties on 14 points. Believe we're going to want to see now the league stats. And again, as always, I will read the top 5 and I will scroll for the rest. Looking now at the top scorers, we have Martin of the Steves with 8 touchdowns in first place. In second is Maiko of the Crimson Killers with 7. In third is Haruka of the Crimson Killers with 3. Fourth is Idris the Radiant of the Silverleaf Sentinels, 3. And in fifth is Ardo the Quick-Footed of the Silverleaf Sentinels. We have 28 individual touchdown scorers, and I scroll as such. Everyone past 7th place has only scored a single touchdown and bears little to no remembrance, but I'm sure anyway. Looking now at the passes, there are only 7. We'll read the top 5. Joe Quicksilver of the Silverleaf Sentinels in first place with 8. Big Heap of the Buckleberry Hot Pots with 3. Maiko of the Crimson Killers with 2. Calathor Sharpeers of the Silverleaf Sentinels with 1. Frank the Fester of the Festering Freak Show with 1. 2 more positions for you guys to gawk at. Moving now on to the casualty dealers, there are 37. I will read the top 5 and I will let you guys enjoy the rest. In first place is Sylvia of the Crimson Killers with 10. Second is Gag Joint of the Sketchy Scramblers with 5. Third is Ardalai the Quick-Footed of the Silverleaf Sentinels with 4. Fourth is Corel of the Steves with 5. In fifth is Toontank M1 of the Sketchy Scramblers with 5. I will scroll for the rest. From 5th place down to 10th place, everyone has dealt 3, and from 11th place down to 19th place, everyone has dealt 2. Past that point, it is 1. Interesting time, Blood. Interesting times. So, sure, you guys are going to want to know fixtures that are coming up that are to be played on the 17th of September. I repeat, the 17th of September. Everyone is now back in the mixing pot, and the fixtures are as follows. Silverleaf Sentinels versus the Buckleberry Hot Pots, the Festering Freak Show versus the Crimson Killers, and the Sketchy Scramblers versus the Steves. So, to reiterate, that is Stuart versus Gavin. That is Lewis versus me. That is Sam versus... Hope you guys are ready. I am. See you guys